At some point in your life, you've probably stood at a grave, a parent's, a friend's, someone who made you who you are, and you thought, I'm not ready for this person to be gone. What if they didn't have to be? That's not a new feeling. Humans have been chasing some version of it since we first started burying our dead. But right now, in 2026, serious, well-funded people in Silicon Valley and beyond believe they have a real shot at solving it. Not through religion, not through meditation, through code. The idea is called digital immortality, and it is exactly as wild as it sounds. The basic pitch goes something like this. Your brain is, at its core, an incredibly complex information processor. It holds your memories, your personality, your habits, your fears, your sense of humor, your voice. If we could map all of that, copy every neural fingerprint, and transfer it into a computer, then you could theoretically keep existing, not your ghost, not some spiritual echo, a fully functioning, responding version of you, running on hardware instead of biology. That's the dream, and it's attracting serious money. The digital immortality market is currently valued at over $31 billion. Companies like Neuralink, Soul Machines, and MindBank AI are all building different pieces of this puzzle. Delphi just secured $16 million from Sequoia Capital to create digital avatars that enable a version of immortality. AI can now clone your voice from a few minutes of audio. It can generate a moving visual replica of you from photographs. It can be trained on everything you've ever written and produce responses that sound, in many cases, eerily like you. That's not full consciousness transfer, but it's the first mile of a very long road. The core technical challenge here is almost impossible to overstate. The human brain contains 86 billion neurons. The idea of mapping all of those connections, the connectomy project, is what scientists are working on right now. We've mapped the connectomy of a small worm called C. elegans. It has 302 neurons. We celebrated that. The human brain has 86 billion. The scale difference between those two numbers is almost hard to put into words. So where are we really? Honestly, early. Very early. There is currently no method of measuring consciousness, let alone transmitting it. Today's research focuses on neural activity, memory mechanisms, and brain stimulation. But that is something completely different from a digital self. What we have right now is functional continuation, AI systems that can simulate how a person might respond based on data that person left behind. Not a rebirth. More like a very sophisticated, very personal archive that talks back. Companies like Hereafter AI let you record conversations and memories while you're alive, so your family can talk to you after you're gone. Deep Brain AI offers re-memory, using video capture and deep learning to create digital avatars that enable relatives to interact with loved ones after death. These aren't science fiction. They exist today. You can pay for them. Ray Kurzweil has famously predicted that by 2045, AI will surpass human intelligence, and the tools for mind uploading will be within reach. The brain-computer interface market alone is expected to reach $3.7 billion by 2027. Elon Musk's Neuralink has already implanted its chip in human patients, with the goal being a full brain-computer interface capable of reading neural data. That's not just about helping paralyzed people type with their minds, though that's genuinely remarkable and already happening. The bigger ambition is a direct pipeline between human thought and digital systems. But here's where we need to pump the brakes and ask the question, even if we could copy every neuron perfectly, would the copy be you? This is what philosophers call the hard problem of consciousness, and it's a genuine problem, not just an academic one. Susan Schneider argues that uploading would most likely result in the death of the brain, and others maintain the illusion the person survived. At best, a copy is created. You go to sleep. The machine scans your brain and makes a perfect digital replica. You wake up. But so does the copy. Which one is actually you? The copy has all your memories and thinks it's you. But is it? Or did you just create a very convincing stranger and then die on the table? There's no consensus on this. Smart people disagree completely. And that uncertainty matters because it's a question we genuinely cannot answer yet. Then there's the ethical side, which is a whole other minefield. If digital immortality becomes real, who gets it? The market is currently dominated by large enterprises, And at the consumer level, early adopters who can afford premium services. If this technology costs $100,000 or $1 million or more, we already know the answer to who gets it. The same people who always get the first version of everything, the ultra-wealthy. Imagine a world where billionaires live indefinitely as digital beings, while the rest of humanity continues to age and die on schedule. The wealth gap we have now would look modest compared to a gap between the mortal and the immortal. Then there's the security angle, which almost nobody talks about, but should. If your consciousness is running on a server somewhere, who controls that server? What happens if the company goes bankrupt? What happens if a government decides to shut it down? What happens if someone hacks it? Some researchers have warned that the emergence of digital minds could lead to new forms of inequality, power struggles, and even conflict, as digital and biological humans compete for resources and influence. Your digital self could theoretically be copied, modified, held hostage, deleted. The legal frameworks for any of that don't exist yet. And there's another layer here that doesn't get enough attention. What does it do to us, to human civilization, if death is no longer universal? Death has shaped every culture, every religion, every piece of art and music and literature that has ever meant anything to anyone. The urgency that makes life feel precious, the fact that your time is limited, is baked into everything we do. If that goes away, what replaces it? Would a digitally immortal person still write poetry? Still fall in love? Still feel the particular weight of a Tuesday afternoon when you realize you're getting older? Or would they drift through an endless existence, slowly becoming something we wouldn't recognize as human? Author Stephen Kotler put it bluntly, mind uploading changes everything about what it means to be human at a really fundamental, deep level. We'd be messing with evolutionary processes we have no idea what happens to if you interrupt them, because we've never done it before. The optimistic version of this story is genuinely beautiful. Imagine if the greatest minds in history, scientists, artists, teachers, could continue contributing to human knowledge indefinitely. Imagine if a grandmother's voice, her laugh, her way of explaining things, could be there for her grandchildren's grandchildren. Imagine medical knowledge that compounds forever, never lost when the doctor who held it retires or dies. The pessimistic version is just as vivid. A planet where the rich are immortal and the poor are disposable. Where powerful people and their biases, their mistakes, their outdated ideas never step aside to let the next generation lead. Where consciousness becomes a product, owned and operated by whoever can afford the server costs. The truth is, we don't know which version is coming. We might not even be the ones who decide. What we do know is this: the question of whether we should pursue digital immortality is no longer hypothetical. The money is already moving. The technology is already being built. The only question is whether the ethical, legal, and philosophical conversations are going to catch up fast enough to shape what gets built, or whether we're going to wake up one day in a world that made all the decisions without us. Because here's the thing about immortality: the terrifying part isn't living forever. It's what you'd become if you did.